Big good one here, and eventually we will like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Help promote and rank up my channel. I'm a bit behind on this, but I'm dropping 2 reviews today for WandaVision Episode 6. This review, WandaVision, back again. Alright, so the story, we left off with a version of Pietro, Quicksilver, Wanda's brother showing up.
Long lost bro, get to squeeze his stinking sister to death or what?
Interrupting a heated argument and putting it on the back burner. The characters seem to have a self-awareness that this is a recast version of Pietro.
Recast Pietro?
Not their own. Wanda's brother, Quicksilver. While he plays the deadbeat uncle, devilish bad influence.
He's your uncle. Why would I be scared? Because it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Vision strays from Wanda and the family dynamic on a mission of his own to investigate the outskirts of town. Meanwhile, Darcy, Wu, and Monica get the boot and have to figure out how to stay part of the investigation of their own.
For a reason to sideline us.
And while What's-His-Face is hell-bent on taking down Wanda. It's pretty much the story we got on this one. For this one, they do go with a sort of Malcolm in the Middle intro.
Fight the chaos, don't question what you've done.
Song that's fairly enjoyable.
Let's keep it going.
A little bit. Beyond that, positives for me on this one. Wanda, Vision, Quicksilver, Wiccan, and Speed, all of them in their comic book accurate costumes, is absolutely great. The kids coming into similar powers of their own, and just they start to really warm up to you, and the creepy effects Wanda's power hold, a stranglehold on everything on this town has on the edges of town where people are barely moving fascinates. It fascinates me to see the limits of her reach and the effects there. Agnes seemingly caught up in this, exposing to Vision he's dead, and seemingly herself not being more than another person helplessly trapped playing a role. I wasn't convinced by.
Agnes.
This episode really starts to bring a lot of secrets to light out from the outside of town, the inside of town. There's some really powerful moments in there, like Vision trying to breach Westview and crawl out, and him getting surrounded and just laying there helpless. Darcy begging for them to help him. Just the other moments, these little moments between Scarlet Witch and Pietro, where he apparently knows so much about them.
Costume's mom hit us the year we got typhus.
That's not exactly how I remember it.
He also doesn't. He says Wanda's like, I don't remember it that way.
He probably suppressed a lot of the trauma.
There's just a lot of little intriguing little nuggets in here. Him spiking his hair up, though, with wearing the Quicksilver costume was pretty great. I still prefer the Aaron Taylor version of Quicksilver. I know most people prefer this version of Quicksilver, the Evan Peters, Fox, Quicksilver, X-Men. But I prefer the Aaron Taylor version. And it was a little off-putting for me to try to buy into this angle that they were taking. Probably, but it kind of works because it's just as off-putting for Wanda.
You're testing me. It's cool. I know I look different.
Why do you?
Really understand. She does question it. This Quicksilver seems to know a lot.
Where were you hiding all these kids up till now?
What?
And he also says some things that would lean one to thinking that he's not actually Quicksilver, saying that he died in the streets for nothing. But also at the same time, Wanda acknowledges this isn't her Quicksilver, and she questions why this isn't her brother and why he's there. And there's just all kinds of weirdness around this and the feeling it gives.
You can talk to me.
Seems to me like he was somebody else, because Wanda gets a glimpse of his Quicksilver having the same bullet holes as the other one. And that's a little bit way too convenient, and I don't feel like she saw that herself. I kind of feel like that was forced for her to see in that moment. So some of the things in here, that particularly the Evans Peters Quicksilver, doesn't work that well to me.
I'm impressed. Seriously.
But everything else worked pretty well. The sitcom aspect, though, did not work well for me.
How'd you even do all this?
The whole Malcolm in the Middle intro was pretty interesting, but just the sitcom stuff did not work well for me this particular episode, because all the more serious stuff that's really amped up.
It's not like your dead husband could die twice.
And that we've really exposed and gotten out there in the open.
Hayward, you sneaky bastard.
This episode wasn't as enjoyable to me as other episodes have been.
I don't know how I did it.
Love seeing all them in their comic book accurate costumes, and just some of these scenes where, like, Vision being ripped apart trying to leave the dome. That was really something right there. Wu, Darcy, and Monica working together to try to figure this out, as Asshat wants to take down Wanda just so he can obviously steal Vision's body, retrieve Vision's corpse. There were some pretty enjoyable things about this, but they, like, the edges of town, how creepy it was, all those people. Anyways, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this episode as we move forward to the next episode.